Alright guys, welcome back to the series. It's been a little while, so I do appreciate your patience, but we're starting with our first of many Spa clips, and it has just started raining. Now there are 3 drivers in this race who are on intermediates, and I'm going to give you a quick second to decide which 3 those are as the top 3 pull away. So obviously it's them. So let's jump ahead to when everyone has realized they're on the wrong tires, and going to quickly try and solve this problem by getting into the pits. And it's going to go horribly wrong for this Corvette. He's basically going to get bullied by the game. So he's Austin Powers himself, and then he's got pushed around, other people crashing into the wall all over the place. It's a very difficult pit entry in the dry, so it's even worse in the wet. We're going to try reverse into the pits, and there's no other solution, right? But the game is going to say, no, you're not reversing into the pits today. So let's just fast forward, and as soon as he goes across the line, the game is going to decide, actually, you can pit, we feel bad for you, and he's in disbelief.
There's not a lot to say.
So next at 7, we have got another one from Spa, and this GTR was not really playing too fair. It's going to just shove the Veyron into the wall to secure 3rd place, but as we come to the end of the race, the Veyron is going to be catching up and not quite able to shunt him out the way. Veyron's going to run a bit wide and then come back and shove the GTR into the wall. Now the only reason this wasn't higher on the list this week is because the race was so spread out, he sadly didn't lose any positions. He just rightfully got the 4th place he deserved. And next up at 6, we have got another Spa clip. This one straight off the start. We have got DJ Kimothy, and there's an overtake as soon as we get going. All-wheel drive helping, 2 cars spinning out there, more all-wheel drive helping. And then as we head up to our route, it's going to go from bad to worse.
Look, oh, this is quite appalling. This is the worst start for a Grand Prix that I have ever seen in the whole of my life.
Total carnage, and they have no ability to stop. The tyres are cold, and everything locks up.
So last to 3rd in 30 seconds. And then at 5, we finally move to another track, and we've got Coil. This time we're in 10th place, heading up to the corkscrew on lap 1, so things are still quite bunched up. And yeah, it's going to set off. We have got Wreckfest music playing in the background if you hadn't worked it out. And we're up into 4th place already. And then we're going to have the Genesis running a little bit wide, so that is up into 3rd. Really good week for you guys, capitalizing with positions really quickly. Anyway, back to Spa, and we've got this chap who's got a half-second penalty for cutting the track. It's going to be a bit of a trend, as is him blocking quite a few people. So we're going to block the other Sylvia out the way and stay in 7th. The very next lap, we're going to have another corner cut and another half-second penalty coming up, and another car who's going to be catching in the slipstream and is going to sadly be blocked. But this time, I mean, that's just very, very naughty blocking indeed. And then jumping to the next lap, we're going to get another half-second penalty for cutting, but this time the chap from the first clip is going to be coming to get a bit of revenge.
Are you a big man? Pop! I'm talking to you!
What?
You wake up in the morning, you say, I put on my big boy pants! Look, I'm wearing a belt! I got big boy pants on!
Stop!
We don't do this!
So just a bit of, lobby discipline being dealt as it should be, so well done to our Italian friend there. But it's going to go and continue to get worse. That's a horrible rejoin, and unfortunately didn't lose control of the car there completely, but he has lost another 2 positions, so we're down as a 12. And then as we fast forward around the long right-hander, we're going to get just pushed wide by someone else. So down into 13th, wonderful stuff. And then starting the top 3, we are staying on Spa. My god, people do not like Spa in the wet. So we have got quite a severe dive bomb on that first corner. I'm going to be ghosted for quite a while within each other, and eventually going to unghost, and then just kind of, well, 2 cars do not fit in there, but anyway. We're going to manage to stay out of the wall and then just deliberately crash into that Citroen. There's, I would say, no doubt about that. And then accidentally crash into someone else. And then now we're just really trying to just block everyone as much as we can. But we're down into 11th place, so It's going from bad to worse. He tries to block someone else there, tries to block another car. Not going to quite manage, but then at the end he does push him off. So we've managed to secure 11th place. We're not going to pick up any penalties whatsoever, apart from the corner cuts earlier on. And he's going to get shunted by someone else.
I'm not dead. What? Nothing. Here's your ninepence. I'm not dead.
Yeah. He says he's not dead.
Yes, he is. I'm not.
So he's very adamant that he is not out of this race. Can't fault the determination. Most rammers don't have the same determination that this guy has.
I'm getting better.
No, you're not. You'll be stone dead in a moment.
I feel happy. I feel happy.
Empty-headed fucking dumb fuck.
And then just missing out the number 1 spots. We are still on Spa. Very much a Spa-dominated episode here. We're in 14th place. The rain is just about to begin here. So we're quite far back. And we're on the Inters. So it's going to be very similar to the first clip, but this is much more triumphant. The track is now soaked. That car is going to be the first overtake. We're still quite far behind, so this is how badly it's going to go for everyone else. Got another position that we just gained there. And then a whole bunch. This is just like a buffet of how many positions can you take. So we're up into 10th. And someone else gone off up into 9th. People trying to frantically get into the pits because they haven't had the big brain that Sniffy has. And we're going to be up into 3rd, or 2nd, before the end of the lap.
But I'm not done yet.
But then on the Camel Straight on the next lap, first place is going to spin himself off, and that is second to last to first in no time at all. And taking the number 1 spots, I feel really bad for this guy, but we're coming to the end of the race. A hard fought second place. Going to crash it into the wall there, and then pick up one of the famed 5-second wall crash penalties, and then try and finish in reverse. I mean, there were better ways to do that. And then do an awful job of a J-turn, pick up another 5-second penalty and another.
Stop! He's already dead!
So as we fast forward, a certain second place is going to turn into whatever it's going to turn into after 15 seconds of penalties have been added on. So fortunately, it's not going to be worse than 5th.